So whatever thing you have, you desire to do, you want to do, you think you can do, you have the passion to do, you have the instinct to do, go do it, brother. Go do it, sister. Go do it, my friend. All right, guys. So welcome back to Best Quote Podcast. So in this episode, I'll be talking about a quote from Vincent Van Gogh. So Van Gogh said that if you have a voice within you, say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. Now Van Gogh, as we know, is a renowned painter. So I think this coming from someone like this is something that is going to actually make you believe what he's saying, because it's someone that lived the experience, someone that actually lived it out. So if he's saying it, that means maybe he actually experienced it. And that is why sometimes it's good to read memoirs, biographies, and everything about people that have established themselves in the past, people that were great at these great things, in the past. Because their life sometimes chronicles the things that you might actually be going through in your own life. Some of the doubt that you might be going through in your own life. When you read about them, when you study their life, when you read about the experience, you get to see sometimes some of the things that you think you are going through, so some of the things you think are unique to you are actually not. These are the same things that a lot of people have actually experienced in the past, and they lived it out, and they're able to succeed and come out of it clean and fine. So in this case, I'm talking about if you have a voice telling you that you don't know how to paint, that you should not paint, that means there is something in you that actually can paint, but something is trying to discourage that. So in other words, this is pointing out doubt. This is pointing out limiting belief that we always have, in our everyday life. I have it, you have it, other people have it. You can't say you haven't had that before in your life. Whereby there's something you want to do, somewhere in your mind or somewhere in your conscience, there's a voice telling you that you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, that this wouldn't work, that wouldn't succeed, and everything like that. But meanwhile, you haven't really done it. So that begins to build distrust, that begins to build doubt. And for that reason, a lot of people don't go ahead to do it. So in this case, it's more like now challenging you to challenge that voice. It's challenging you to challenge that thought. So whatever thought that is coming to your mind that is trying to make you to not do what you want to do, what you desire, that's trying to make you not to even explore something that you haven't explored, because assuming you have explored it and then you didn't succeed, that's a different ballgame. Then maybe we might talk about, okay, how much longer did you do it, and things like that. But if you haven't done it at all, in this case now, a voice telling you that you can't paint, you shouldn't paint, you don't know how to paint, why would you waste your time painting when you haven't really done it? So this is a form of discouragement, this is a form of doubt building, which you shouldn't permit. And of course, this example comes from painting. This can be applied to various parts and various aspects of life. When you talk about growing, talking about building a business, talking about starting a relationship, talking about, starting a family and everything like that, sometimes these doubts cross your mind. It crosses my mind a lot of times. I've had issues like that. I've had issues whereby I wanted to start a particular business. I know the doubts cross my mind. Okay, I don't think I'm very good in this field. So if I start a business in this field, how is it going to succeed? Maybe I should just go and look for something else and do. But the next thing you are looking at to do again, you start having challenges thinking about, okay, I don't know so and so. How will I be able to succeed in the business? And then you move on to another one. So eventually you realize that you might go through 5 businesses and you always have a reason, you always have an excuse why you will not make well in that business, why you will not do well in that business. So at the end of the day, you realize that it's all a sham, it's all a lie, it's all a deceptive thing that comes from your mind. It's your mind trying to make you stay comfortable. Of course, you are designed to seek comfort. You are designed to enjoy our comfort zone, and that is why we don't want to stress ourselves. That is why if you leave human beings to their own devices, they will not mind sitting in the home, they will not mind sitting in one place for the whole day, watching movies, Netflix, and chill. But unless you now realize that will not actually save your life, that will not give you the kind of life that I desire. Looking at people out there making it, people becoming successful, people building businesses, people becoming very impactful and renowned in the world. Those people are not sitting down on their asses for the whole day watching Netflix and chill. They're actually going out there to make something happen. So if you want to live the kind of life they are living, if you want to have the kind of establishment they have, you want to have the kind of success and the kind of achievement that they have, that means you really have to get up from your butt and go and do something. So if you have those thoughts telling you that you can't do something, it's a natural thing. It's your mind actually trying to keep you safe, which is a normal thing. There's nothing wrong with your mind doing its job. Your mind is concerned about your body. Maybe you're thinking of starting an Uber and you're thinking, oh, it's very, very dangerous. What about if you have an accident? You're thinking of starting or going to work in a coal mine. You're thinking, oh, what about if you get buried in the mine? You're thinking about a lot of things. There are a lot of excuses why you will not actually do a lot of things if you come to think of it. So you have to really get to a point whereby you can rise above that excuse. You can rise above that doubt, because doubt has destroyed a lot of people. Doubt has kept a lot of people where they are today. A lot of people could have gone far in in life. A lot of people could have achieved more in life, but because of doubt, they were not able to move an inch from where they are. And this eventually compounds to something that you begin to regret later in your life. I don't know how many years you are right now. I don't know how old you are right now or where you are at in your life. But a lot of times when you speak to those that are older, they start telling you about the things that they regret that they didn't do, things that they actually wished to have done, things that they actually desired but they didn't do because they had doubts back in the days, because they had, for whatever reason, they came up with some excuses. Just like Van Gogh is saying right now, when a voice tells you you cannot paint, then by all means paint. So when you have anything that's trying to discourage you at whatever point you are in your life right now, or at whatever goal you are trying to achieve right now, whatever thing that is coming to you in your mind in form of thought, action, whatever, some of your friends and everything telling you that you cannot do that, that is actually when you should do it. Because it means that that person telling you that thing, the thought coming to your mind about that is actually trying to keep you safe. Maybe coming from a friend, maybe that friend actually likes you, you will not say it's not like you, and the intention for you is to remain where you are so that you can continue to remain at that level of friendship. Because maybe in their mind they're thinking, if you start doing this and become very successful, you're going to go past them, become more successful and impactful than they are, and they might actually lose your friendship. So they want you to be at that level so that you can continue to be friends, which a lot of times might not really benefit you other than just greeting and whatever thing. You can always connect on social media and whatever. So if you really want the best for yourself, you have to go against the grain. You have to go against that thing that is normal. You have to go beyond the box. You have to go outside the box. You have to go beyond the normals. That is how you can actually achieve more. Those that have achieved more will tell you. If you listen to podcasts, if you read people's biographies, memoirs, you see that people that had breakthroughs in their life had to take very extreme decisions. Sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of time, they have to take decisions whereby if you are in that shoe at that particular time in their age, you might not have taken it because it looked very dangerous. It looked very stressful for them to have done that, but they did it anyway. And at the end of the day, they have a beautiful life, to celebrate. They have a beautiful life to enjoy, and they have beautiful businesses and beautiful families and everything like that they enjoy right now. So people that you have seen succeeded, if you ask them and talk about their life, they will tell you the things that they've gone through, the things that they've had to weather through, the storms that they've had to weather through, and how they achieve whatever result they have achieved right now. So for real, if you have a voice telling you that you cannot paint, if you have a voice telling you that you cannot drive, if you have a voice telling you that you cannot start a business, if you have a voice telling you that you cannot have a good relationship, I bet you, and I challenge you today to challenge that voice. You'll realize that there is nothing on the other side. There is nothing to be afraid of, really. There's nothing to be worried about, really. Rather, there's a lot of things to gain, there's a lot of potential gain, there's a lot of potential upside to that thing that you're afraid of. So don't let fear keep you in your comfort zone. Don't let fear keep you where you are right now, where you're actually desiring something good. Because let me let you know, you might actually sit down and allow the fear to control you now. But in the next 10, 15 years, when you get to a point whereby you look back and thought, I should have done that, I could have done that, maybe if I had done that, this is where I would have been right now, you'll start regretting. And one thing you don't want in your life, go and interview those who are older, go and talk to those who are older in their sickbed and everything. One thing you don't want to entertain your life is regret. So whatever thing you have, you desire to do, you want to do, you think you can do, you have the passion to do, you have the instinct to do, go do it, brother. Go do it, sister. Go do it, my friend. You don't have to wait for nobody to tell you whatever. You don't have to wait for the approval of nobody. You give yourself the approval. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I hope that this actually makes a great impact in someone else's life. Thank you. And please share this video with others. Subscribe to this channel. And this is what I got, guys. I'll see you in the next one.